On behalf of everyone at OxiTab, thank you for registering for the OxiTab certification. I'm Alan Murphy, the CEO and founder of OxiTab, and I'm excited to welcome you. You're here today because you recognize that you, your clients, and the environment deserve better. At OxiTab, we're recognized as experts in sanitation and disinfection, and we realize that today's products will not meet the challenges of disinfection needs in the future. Our mission was to develop the next generation disinfection that meets these challenges of the future. OxiTab is the next generation disinfecting product. OxiTab offers a simple, no-mess approach to disinfection that is effective, simple, safe, sustainable, and affordable. When you place one tablet of OxiTab into a gallon of water, you produce hypochlorous acid, or HOCl. HOCl is naturally produced by white blood cells to fight infection and is a safe, non-toxic, and effective sanitizer and disinfectant. HOCl is the most powerful oxidant in the chlorine family and is 100 times more effective than sodium hypochlorite or bleach. It has a neutral pH of 5 to 7, which is the same as water, and is 100% biodegradable and safe for the environment. It's approved by the USDA, EPA, and FDA, and can be used without personal protective gear. It doesn't cause skin irritation and has a light, unique scent that many compare to a pool or spa. And the scent is harmless and dissipates quickly. OxiTab is an EPA-approved hospital-grade disinfectant and is registered in every state. You'll find our EPA registration number 71847-6-99958 on all of our packaging and labeling. Let's talk about why disinfection is important to you and your clients. New and existing bacteria, viruses, and fungi are getting more aggressive and are becoming better at surviving. People are getting very sick from new and old versions of common illnesses. And clients are more aware than ever of the need for infection control. Finally, states are very serious about health and public safety in the industry, with citations for errors in disinfection at an all-time high. Let's take a look at the disinfectants being used today, including the leading brand in the professional beauty industry. They contain some type of quaternary ammonium compound, or quats. Quats are old formulas that do not work on new or mutated pathogens. They have a very low level of safety for clients and you, the licensees. They are toxic, corrosive, flammable, and very harsh on the environment. Quats are a known endocrine depressor and have been linked to occupational and work-exacerbated asthma. Quats were detected in breast milk and wastewater for the first time and can negatively affect brain health and neural tube development during pregnancy. Finally, personal protection equipment is required when using quat-based formulas. When discussing what disinfectants in the professional beauty industry are required to have and should have, there are several key attributes. They are required to be EPA approved and registered in your state. They are required to be bactericidal, virucidal, and fungicidal, with sporicidal as an added benefit. They should be non-toxic and non-flammable, cost-effective, easy to store and mix with a short contact time. They should be environmentally friendly and sustainable with a low carbon footprint and be at a limited risk to clients and you, the licensees. Finally, they should be effective against all germs of concern in the salon environment. OxiTab is bactericidal, virucidal, fungicidal, and sporicidal. It is effective against 30 human pathogens of concern. OxiTab is unique with effectiveness against bird flu, norovirus, and listeria, pathogens we hear about in the news daily. While states may require bactericidal, virucidal, and fungicidal, what it actually kills is important. In looking at today's other products in our industry, Marvicide is effective against 5 pathogens, Barbicide 11, household bleach 17, and again OxiTab, effective against 30 known human pathogens of concern. When discussing toxicity and flammability, it's important to review the safety data sheets, or SDSs, for all the products you use in your salon. When we compare OxiTab to QAC-based formulas, it's clear to see that OxiTab is non-toxic and non-flammable. Our health score is 0 with minimal hazard, flammability 0, and physical hazard 0, compared to QAC formulas that are 2 in health, meaning moderate hazard, 1 in fire as a slight hazard, 1 in reactivity as a slight hazard, and personal protection is required in the form of safety glasses and gloves. Minimal storage space and ease of use are important factors when selecting a disinfectant. OxiTab is both easy to store and mix. One box of OxiTabs, measuring approximately 4 inches by 4 inches by 3 inches and weighing only 1 pound, produces 30 gallons of disinfectant. In comparison, the leading disinfectant would require 4 half-gallons of a hazardous liquid with a total weight of 25 pounds to produce the same 30 gallons. When mixing, simply drop 1 tablet into a gallon of water and allow the effervescent tablet to dissolve. No measuring, no mixing, staining, or mess. Another key factor when selecting a disinfectant is contact time. At the recommended dilution ratio of 1 tablet to 1 gallon of water, a disinfecting solution of 1076 ppm of free available chlorine is produced with a total contact time of only 4 minutes for most pathogens of concern in the salon. In comparison, alcohol has a contact time of 20 minutes, barbicide 10 minutes, bleach 10 minutes, and again, OxiTab at 4 minutes, greatly reducing the amount of time you spend every day disinfecting your tools and equipment. Let's take a minute and learn more about ppm and free available chlorine as we discussed on the previous slide. ppm stands for parts per million, a unit of measurement used to describe the concentration of a substance in a mixture. In the case of OxiTab, that substance is free available chlorine. In every box of OxiTab, you will find a label insert containing important information, including a dilution chart, pathogens, the ppm of free available chlorine required to kill the pathogen, and the required contact time. In the chart on the left side below, outlined in red, you will see that to produce a solution of 1076 ppm of free available chlorine, it requires the recommended 1 tablet to 1 gallon of water. In the chart on the right side below, also outlined in red, you will see that Staphylococcus aureus is killed in 4 minutes with a free available chlorine parts per million of 1076. With that explanation, I'll give you some time to determine that if you wanted to kill that same pathogen in 2 minutes, how many tablets would you need to add to the gallon of water? If your answer was 4, you are correct. To make it even easier, I'll share with you a shortcut. The first number in the needed ppm of free available chlorine correlates to the number of tablets needed in a gallon of water. More than ever, it's important to select products that are environmentally friendly and sustainable. OxiTab is the only disinfectant on the market today that meets these critical objectives. OxiTab is 100% biodegradable, reducing plastic waste and carbon footprint. OxiTab packaging is significantly smaller and lighter than hazardous liquid disinfectants, decreasing shipping costs and emissions. OxiTab is composed of naturally produced hypochlorous acid, or HOCl, and ships as non-hazardous. OxiTab is safe for water systems and aquatic life when disposed of properly. It goes without saying, but selecting a disinfectant that limits the risk to the clients and you, the licensee, is critical. Many of the disinfectants commonly used today can cause respiratory and eye irritation, trigger asthma, and in the case of QACs, be found in wastewater and breast milk. OxiTab is the only disinfectant that is risk-free to both you and your clients. The term broad spectrum is readily used when defining a disinfectant, and what that really means is that it is a disinfectant that is effective against a large number of pathogens. No other disinfectant on the market today is more effective than OxiTab against a long list of pathogens to include MRSA, herpes, athlete's foot, COVID, ringworm, influenza, hepatitis, HIV, norovirus, and H5N1 or the bird flu, just to name a few. Earlier, we learned that disinfectants used in the professional beauty industry are required to be bactericidal, virucidal, and fungicidal. Let's take a closer look at all three of these, starting with bacterial threats. Some of the more common include Staphylococcus, or MRSA for example, Streptococcus, with Strep A as an example, or E. coli, the common cause of folliculitis, and finally Pseudomonas. The photo on the upper right is MRSA, and the bottom right is folliculitis. Next, let's talk about the viral threats, the most common cause of pandemics, starting with flu viruses, which are respiratory in nature, coronaviruses, such as SARS, MERS, or COVID, norovirus, which is typically known as the stomach flu, herpes viruses, and the bird flu, or H5N1. The photo on the bottom right is an example of what the herpes virus would look like. Lastly, let's talk about fungal threats. They are on the rise and likely the cause of the next pandemic. They include yeast infections, athlete's foot, and ringworm. The photo on the upper right is athlete's foot, and the photo on the bottom right would be ringworm. Preventing the threats we just reviewed is as simple as following proper infection control procedures. Know the rules of your state and best practices. Purchase the proper products. Understand how to mix and use products. Replace products as often as required, daily for immersion, and train other staff on proper products, use, and processes for infection control. Become the champion. Be the example of proper infection control within your salon. The first step to prevention is knowing the rules of your state. The rules common to most states include washing your hands or using hand sanitizer before each service, no surfaces on skin that appears infected, inflamed, or open, such as cuts, blisters, or rashes, the use of freshly washed towels or linens for each service, single-use items such as neck strips, cotton, nail files, etc., disposed after a single use, and multi-use items cleaned and disinfected after a single use. I just shared what is required in most states, but there is one thing that is required in every state. You are required to clean and disinfect all tools and implements before use on each client. That's multiple times a day, so doing it simply and quickly is important. OxiTab is your solution to these issues. The cleaning and disinfecting of multi-use items is completed in 3 simple steps. And when we talk about multi-use items, there is one characteristic that is always true. They are made up of non-porous surfaces, for example, plastic, glass, or metal. Step 1, clean the item of dirt and debris, such as hair and product. This can be accomplished by simply washing with soap and water. Step 2, rinse and immerse in approved disinfectant for the required contact time. And as we learned earlier, you will find that on the product label. Some states allow the use of wipes and sprays. So again, like we learned earlier, it's important to know the rules of your state. Finally, step 3 is to remove and allow to air dry or dry with a clean or single-use towel. This ends the certification presentation, but the opportunity to learn more and ask any questions will always be available. We are committed to supporting you and being there for you whenever needed. This can be accomplished by asking Tabby, our AI mascot, on our website or messaging Tabby via Instagram. You are now ready to take the certification quiz and print your OxiTab certificate. Please follow us on Instagram and post a picture with your certificate using hashtag OxiTab Certified and hashtag Modern Disinfecting. Again, I'm Alan Murphy, CEO and founder of OxiTab. I enjoyed our time together today, and on behalf of all of us at OxiTab, we say thank you.